One of our company values is listening, and as I mentioned before, coming out of the pandemic, we really wanted to hear what are the biggest friction points for our store employees. To them, we spent time in stores in all of our regions, talked to over 50 employees, asking them what are the things that you have the biggest challenge or the biggest friction points for you when you come into work each day. And there were a few themes that emerged. As the more time that we spent, the more places that we visited, but the number one thing that we heard and that we saw was in-store production and the complexities that come with that, managing ingredients, and really, how much do I make, when do I make it, and when do I make it? It was a lot of Excel spreadsheets, a lot of tribal knowledges in 114 stores that were all working a different way. Very, very different, and you move from region to region, store to store. But really what we focused on was our visibility, and we got that through the Upshop solution. We actually started tracking finished good perpetual inventory by linking to our labels and feeding that into the Upshop tool. And that was the biggest unlock, because that helped us understand those three things, right? How much we were making, when we were making it, and when to make it. So really, when we had that visibility, the whole entire project flipped on its head. We quickly realized that we had 114 stores. Not only were they all working differently, they're all making different things. They're all making quantities based on the decisions that they thought were best for that time. And they were all making them at different times as well, which we had a ton of opportunity in making sure that we were ready for our biggest times with lunch and dinner for those key items. So that big aha moment led us to realize we actually had a merchandising project on our hands. It was not a full-on store operations project. And that was the point in which we really started to invest in understanding how we standardize our menus. You said big stores, lots of SKUs. We tackled that menu. We went after 3 menus that we really could get our stores into in each of our production areas. We're talking about over 1,000 production areas in our 114 stores. So standardization, we moved slow. We moved at the speed of excellence. We got down to 3 menu tiers for each of our areas, and over 7,000 employees are following those today. And really what we've seen from that is once we got stores using the right menus, that really unlocked the demand forecast, because then stores were producing the right things, and then we could truly feed that forecast to give them the right quantities of how much to make. So that was our big aha moment. We needed to start in back of house before we put it in store ops. If we just put it out there as a tool for them to use, we would not have gotten adoption. We would have had back-end configuration challenges, but this was truly the path that helped us unlock that. Our focus for the last 2 years is we have really been focused on implementation, has been on system adoption, getting our teams into the tool, using it, comfortable with it. And we measured 2 things. We measured menu adoption. Are the stores making the things that we have on our menu? We measured that at 90%. And then we measured production schedule adoption. Are stores making items on the days that they're supposed to? There's certain items that we make every day, certain items that we make 3 days a week, certain items we make 1 day a week, and we measured that at 80%. I'm excited to say, after the last 2 years of work, we officially hit both of those metrics and are exceeding them, which is outstanding. And that's what's allowed us to unlock what we're going to focus on in 2026. And the focus is all around forecast adoption. The Upshop tool, we see it forecast to our sales, even with a lift in there, 98% accurate week over week. The holidays, we are well above 90 across all of our areas. So we, as a corporate team, have a lot of confidence in that forecast. But the next unlock is getting our folks out on the floor, trusting that forecast and using it as well. Some of the challenges that we've faced, our stores, as we said, are large. In some cases, the forecast is telling us to make 5. Our shelf holds 10, right? And our instinct as merchandisers, as merchants, is to make 10, right? We don't want black matting. We don't want holes. We want that customer experience. But our sales truly only warrant 5. And so our goal as we go and focus on forecast adoption this year is giving our store teams the tools that they can be successful to manage a Tuesday different than a Saturday, a holiday different than every single week. And we're really excited about what's ahead.